Hey everybody, welcome back to the Airsoftology Monday Q&A Show. Every single week I'm here answering your questions. And I'm back from Japan. I'm serious, like life goal, check the box, achieved. I have now played Airsoft in Japan. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is the most fun I have had playing Airsoft in a very long time. The hype is real. It was not oversold. I am telling you, but not oversold, I mean like I had this expectation and it hit it and it was awesome. Great gameplay, super organized, everybody called their hits, everybody, like it. If you get a chance to go play Airsoft in Japan, go do it. Anyway, I was there with the Crytek team and Laylax for the Crytek Owners game. It was the Crytek Owners Appreciation Game, third year in a row, number 3. I was there with Mitch from Crytek, also Chris Firearms, and also some guys from Lane Warrior Airsoft, Scott, who's the owner, and Alan, and a totally great group. I want to say a big thank you to Masaki and everybody else out there I met in Japan. I'm going back to play more. It is absolutely fun, but the guys at Lilacs are so awesome. Masaki, Nomura, you guys are great. Anyway, I know you guys are like going, Jonathan, why are you saying thank you? Anyway, I just want to tell you where I've been. There is gameplay coming. There is a vlog coming. I have footage of me playing in Japan. It is going to be awesome. So stay tuned here on the channel. Also, I have an absolute ton of videos on the way. Before we do that, I want to talk about how you can help support the show and get some cool stuff in return. Patches. I got the tactical Shiba, I got the new tactical Corgi. It's the holidays. If you place an order of $10 US or more, I'm giving you a free one of these guys. Let me see if I can get that thing close enough to autofocus for you. There you go. Gonna do the Santa Rudolph, actually the Rudolph Corgi this year. It's the freebie for over 10 bucks spent on the store. I've got these two guys here, the tactical Shiba and the Corgi. Then I've got some other stuff. If you guys are into the branding here, Call Your Hits, Airsoft, all these are PVC patches. I got an HPA, AEG, I've got logo patches in yellow and the reverse of this, black and yellow the other way. Anyway, they're all in the store, free shipping worldwide. I've got about another week, I think, until you're going to hit Christmas. I would push it, I ship it normal first class mail because it's free. So it's like 2-ish weeks to get there. So get your order in right now. They're on the web store, links in the description below, and I'll put the link up in the corner over here as well. But enough about that. Let's dive on into what you're really for. That's your questions that come from the comment section down below in the Tippmann mail call. Salty Old Gamer 1 writes, Q&A question here. What do you think about proximity rules for grenades instead of actually getting hit by a BB? Our field recently went to this, so just stopped carrying and swapped to burst XL grenades. I've heard mixed feedback on this. So for me, there's a plus and a minus to this. I think for grenade kills, when you're talking about a room, a normal size room, not a massive room, but a normal size room like my office here or any room, if you're playing indoors, if you're closed indoors, if a grenade goes off inside that room, you're dead. This is the best way for me at least to deal with grenade rules, to minimize fighting. If you're outside of that room, outside of said room, then I believe a BB strike is pretty important. I like the bang idea, so you're playing CQB, you can just throw it in there, boom, it goes off, room's toast, or you can use it as a banger and distract people. I think that's field whatever. Let the field decide. But for me, I think if you're playing grenade in a room, everybody in the room's dead. It's a lot easier. It's like, well, you know, I was behind this desk here, and you know, if I'm behind then the shrapnel, then you get into arguments. It's kind of like how I feel about the bang rule, and I won't get into that. But anytime you leave it open to interpretation, you can have a challenge or a problem, and it takes the fun out of playing Airsoft. So in my mind, if it goes off in a room, this is just me, this is my thought, this is how I feel about this. Again, feeling and thought, I want to know yours can be totally different, you can absolutely disagree. If it goes off in a room, everybody in the room's dead. That's how a grenade works. Pretty sure. I mean, if it doesn't kill you, your ears are gonna be bleeding, you're gonna have a bad day, or you're gonna have some wounds in the real world, right? So let's just kind of emulate that situation. Outside, I think a BB strike should count, because then you're like, well, is it 10 feet? Is it 12 feet? Well, you know, I measure in meters. I don't know what feet is. And everybody's idea of 10 feet, we have enough trouble with the bang rule in 10 feet. Like, what is 10 feet? You know, what is 3 meters? Yeah, and you got to like measure it off with a tape. And, oh, well, you were within half a meter too close, so, or half a meter too far. I don't have to call my banger. That's, yeah, just too much. Outside or an open area, BB hit should count. Inside should be the room. That gives all the grenades a great advantage to do whatever. I mean, you can have all, you know, the bangers like the Burst XLs work indoors. You know, your tornado type grenades can work outside. Then actually throw BBs. I think that's just my thought. I think having to measure off grenades, and then also there's another one too. If you just throw like a boom, if you're playing, you're intense, just in it, boom, you hear something go off. Now I gotta go, I heard a grenade, hang on, let me stop engaging this target, turn around and go, well, is that the grenade? Did it go off over, you know, it's just, there's too much going on. It's just too many variables. Then a BB hits you. Okay, well, I just felt the BB hit me. I'm out, right? That's what we all should be doing. That's just my thought. I think it'll minimize the argument, but every field's different. I would do a balance of it for me. At least that would, again, when I do it, make the rule easy for everybody and then also make the rule not debatable. Just make it like, well, if you hit by BB, you're dead. If you're in a room and a grenade goes off, everybody in there's dead. That's a pretty safe way for me. But what do you guys think? I also want to know your answer on this one too below. My YouTube channel writes, hey, I bought a new M4 a couple months ago. When it first got it, it shot amazing and was very accurate. Now I'm putting about 12,000 rounds through it. I'm seeing a big drop in the gun's accuracy. Are there any ideas on what it might be and how I can fix it? All right, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of what you should probably look at if you're comfortable enough. I would go and search for how to do these things on the internet. YouTube, right here, is the best place to look. I would look at your bucking and barrel. If you have serious accuracy problems, it's going to be one of the two. If you haven't cleaned your barrel, do it. I would look up how-tos, make sure to turn your hop up off, wrap the little swab, clean it in there, get your barrel all clean. Dirty barrels make a big difference. You don't think it, but it would, and at 12,000 rounds, it's due for cleaning. I try to clean mine before every major game at least. That's just me. Clean it out, use a little bit of paper on the little including rod that's in every box. You get the little plastic rod, you're like, what's this thing for? And you throw it away. Well, that's what it's for. It's for unjamming and cleaning. Also, you could have an issue with your bucking. It could be torn, ripped, something like that. That could be looked at if the cleaning the barrel doesn't work. You'll need to take out your hop up. So it's hop up assembly, so hop up chamber, barrel, and bucking's all in there. You can kind of look inside and make sure the lips that hold the BB back are right, and the little thing that comes down, which is part of the bucking that puts the backspin on the BB, doesn't have any rips or tears or whatever in it. If you don't feel comfortable in this, definitely take it to a shop to do it. But they're pretty relatively easy things to look at. Just the best way to learn if you're comfortable with mechanics and doing some basic maintenance stuff is just go on the internet, look at some great how-tos, watch a few different videos from different people so you've seen like 3 or 4 different ideas of how to do it, and then tackle it yourself. If it's too much, then take it to the shop. I mean, this is a pretty easy one. Like motor adjustment and bucking and barrel are pretty simple. When it comes to it, if you're a little mechanically inclined. Like I said, if you're not comfortable with it, absolutely don't do it. Absolutely take it to a professional. If you're going to crack the mech box open as your first time, then I would say probably take it to a shop for sure if you're not comfortable, especially if you haven't done it before. That could get a little complicated for your first time if you've never done it. But yeah, that's what I would do. Look at those things first, and chances are a little barrel cleaning, maybe if it's the bucking's torn, but chances are it's probably the barrel maybe, but if it's the bucking messed up too, inexpensive part, you can always take it to the shop. They can actually put it together for you, slam it back in, good to go. Colton Dudson writes, hello, I'm getting into Airsoft and I'm wondering, should I buy a high-end gun right off the bat, or should I buy a lower-end gun and change out all the internals and build an amazing gun? Money is no issue to build a gun? Thanks. So if money is no issue, I will tell you this right now. Start with the best platform you can get. Good example here. Do you want to start with a Honda Civic and throw a ton of parts into your little Honda Civic car, right? And like a turbocharger and all the stuff, and change the suspension and rip out the insides and put sports seats in and do all that stuff, right? Put a wing on it and spoil it. And then you can make it a very fast car. Or do you start with maybe like a Lamborghini out of the box, since money's no object? And then you can have a stock Lamborghini that's gonna beat that Civic. Well, that's kind of what it's like in Airsoft. And I know some of you are like, Jonathan, you can put whatever parts you want in. That's true. But if you start with better components, you will have to spend less money if you want to upgrade. For example, you can start with the Crytek. You can start with the G&G G2, the new ones. You can start with the actual Avalon guns. Or you can start with one of these guys right over here. That's the Virgo from VFC. You can start with something like that. The Avalon's a VFC as well. Start with something that's really good, and then you don't have to do that much to it. Like that one, I just threw some precision parts inside. I threw like a new barrel. I go with Prometheus parts, the G&G distributed ones. So barrel bucking hop-up chamber is what I put in that. I think she's awesome, and the rest of it is bone stock inside. That I would put head-to-head against like the way it feels trigger response against the Sistema, and dare say it, some of the better tuned, super expensive guns that you go to get tuned at these other shops. So with that said, I think if you have money's no object, I would absolutely start with a better base gun. You're gonna get better looking internals, more accessories like this guy, or Crytac has a great bodies, a great mech box shell, VFC does, G&G has some awesome looking guns, you're gonna get better rails, you're gonna get a lot of really cool stuff. And you know, none of these companies are paying me to tell you go use them, but go with the higher end product if you have no money's no object. Then you don't have to do that much on the inside to make it different. I mean, like the Evo is a good example by ASG. That's a freaking awesome gun out of the box, and with just some very, very, very minor changes, or even just leaving it bone stock, will outperform a well-tuned, upgraded mid-tier or even lower-tier gun. So that's just my thought on it. I'm sure some of you guys are like, Jonathan, you should do it this way. I mean, this is opinion. Remember, these are only my opinions, and I always want to hear your guys' opinion. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I welcome all that down in the comments below. All right, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week, like every single week. This one comes from Tyler Keating, and it's like, hey, you should really check out the Reaper, or the Rep the Airsofter. God, I gotta get that right. Rep the Airsofter channel. Really great content, and he's a great guy. Sorry, Rep the Airsofters. Absolutely check this channel out, and I was like, man, this is good stuff. This is one, couple thousand subs, didn't even know about it. This is what I love about you guys and gals. You always show me these great channels that I just don't know about. And now I mashed the sub button, I did. And I have another one to add my subscriber count here on that I'm subscribing to, not subscribe to me. And I've been enjoying the videos. Good stuff. I mean, this one here is a Glock and knives, kind of Crambit and a Glock kill, kind of like a CSGO kind of challenge mode thing going on. I used to play Counter-Strike all the time, long time ago, long before CSGO. But yeah, good stuff. Enjoyed it. Fun. Good pacing, all the good things I enjoy about a channel. He's got a bunch of other stuff too, like product stuff and all that. Definitely a channel, if you guys like what I'm doing here, especially a little more gameplay than I do, definitely want to check it out. And if you like what you see over there, mash the sub button and let them know I sent you. All right, that's it for this week. Again, if you want to get your video recommendation on, all you have to do is recommend your own channel or a channel you love. I will try to do my best to get them highlighted every single week. Be persistent. I can't always, so many great ones, I can't always like put that one next week, but just be persistent every single week. Some people have been very persistent. After like 7 or 8 weeks, I've finally been able to squeeze them on in. Also, don't forget the web store. I've got all the good stuff going on. And with any $10 order, you get a free one of these to go with it included in your order. In fact, it won't even be, you don't have to add it to your cart or anything. It just gets tossed in the bag for free. By the way, also, if you guys placed an order already that was between when I had the deal published out there, you're still getting one of these. So if you're like, Jonathan, you didn't have, you're still got one. So everybody who placed an order before it got it. Also too, if you guys are in Canada, I know you've been having some shipping issues. I haven't been able to ship out the products. Actually, I've got all your stuff like right here. I got a pile. Canada's green lit again, so I can actually take them to the post office tomorrow. The post office has not been accepting them here in Taiwan because of the mail issue in Canada. You are back to green light in Canada, so I can actually get these out in the mail to you. So if you're in Canada, you've been waiting for like a week. It's been like 1 week since they've let me, or actually about a week and a half since they've let me take them. You guys are now good to go. They're going to be on your way. I've got about 15 or 20 Canadian orders headed out to you. Should be there if your mail system's okay before the holidays. I don't know. I know it's super backed up. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, but that's it. Thank you so much as always for hanging out. Thank you for being so cool, and thank you for putting your questions down in the comment section and helping each other out. I got a ton of stuff coming on, including this week, the MOA show. I'm going to be at that here in Taiwan. It is this weekend. Huge show of all the Taiwan stuff going on, so stay tuned for coverage from that after my Japan coverage. It's going out. So anyway, ton of stuff on the channel between now and the holidays, and until next time, I'll see you. Go out, play some Airsoft, have some fun, but no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.